Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
I'm Todd Pleasant.
And I'm Brian Mix.
What's going on, everyone? Yeah, we got Brian in the house because he is germane to our topic.
And we have something.
Yes, we do.
We
have
always
a plan.
have something.
But by the time we get
okay,
here,
I would say it's when the five of us are on, it's the tip off that we have no plan.
That's always true, though. Not always true.
But sometimes we have overplanned. Sometimes the five of us are on when we have overplanned. So
before the end of the year, we have to
sure.
come up with another countdown. So start thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
By
Before
the
the
time tape is rolling, we usually have a plan, even if it's a shell of a plan. We don't usually get to this point without a plan.
I haven't worked out the minutia.
Yeah, exactly.
Details.
For those who are counting, and we're probably the only ones who are counting, we're 13 episodes away from 600. That's quite a feat.
That's an achievement. Yeah.
Is that will be this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how many? What are we? September, October.
It will be in
November.
December. Yeah.
We're 16 weeks. That'll be a Christmas present to everybody.
That's right.
So just so you know,
Not that we know what we're doing to commemorate
we
that.
may or may not.
Well, we've talked about something, but we'll have to see if that comes together.
It will not be a new logo. I'll tell you that much.
I gotta.
Do we want to tell the folks why we can never change the logo ever now, Todd?
Maybe we'll save that for what's in the box.
But we'll have to come up with a new patch, shirt, something. But I will come up with a 600 logo.
I would like to find something. I mean, I love the aliens patch. I'd love to find another patch, another logo that we could co-opt with that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that actually.
Yeah. So
I was thinking the Federation. It's the Strange New World sort of Federation logo, maybe.
Yeah.
That the round thing that's on.
Well, let's see how tonight's topic goes. I'm not sure we want to use.
I was also
that.
thinking like a NASA mission patch type.
Yeah, that's like I did with that
that
thing. That's been in the works.
And
for
have
a
the
long time.
names around it, and
I've been
the regular
thinking
Joe's ship launching through space.
Ageless and timeless, unlike certain things that maybe aren't aging as well as they should be.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's on my. Those are the two things on my radar. Maybe the mission patch will be the thing. So we'll figure that out. But we'll see. Maybe we'll make those available to select listeners.
Okay.
If we get there, you never know what could happen. But we'll see. We'll get there. We are going to talk about Strange New Worlds. We covered it at the beginning. We're sort of. Are we mid-season?
We're 8/10 the way there.
Yeah, we're pretty.
Is
far.
it only 10?
Yeah,
we're in the home stretch.
Pretty deep in the season.
Some people are concerned. We'll see. We don't know. I don't know if I am. But let's go some random. Brian, what do you got?
Tomy has collected $1.3 million of pre-orders on the Klingon D7.
What are they saying they need?
Oh, they surpassed it like on the first week. They're at 1.3 million.
I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what though? The Klingons are the only group within any kind of only subgroup within the Star Trek fans, right? I mean, you get people into certain shows, but there are people that are hardcore Klingons, and that is their thing. There's people that only collect the Klingon figures, the Klingon statues, all that kind of stuff. I could see this. That makes sense.
But I gotta say though,
the other ones?
The Eagle Moss ships, the original Eagle Moss ships were maybe a little small, but their jumbo-sized ships were the perfect size. These Tomy ships are gigantic.
How do you have more than one? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I watched the Tomy guy on on Tested, and you guys all know they're doing two versions of this ship, two different color schemes, and he said there were people that are buying both.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's people buying two Klingon ships, and honestly, the two color schemes are super similar.
That makes no sense to me. I mean, good for them. I'm happy I have my one, and that's all I need.
I'm happy to see them continue to succeed because maybe they'll do additional ships. I mean, a Reliant might be actually cooler than an Enterprise or something. Like there could be some really cool things coming, but this is not a line that you can collect the entire thing unless you've got endless amounts of space.
Lots of space.
Although how many?
I would buy a Romulan, a TOS Romulan ship. I've always loved that. I'm trying to think of what else though. Yeah.
Are they going to make the D? They could make the D.
Yeah.
In 350,
Hopefully it's not in scale.
No, they said in the tested video that if they were to do the D, they would have to. They're not going to keep these things in scale to each other necessarily. They'll have to do what makes sense because the D would be gigantic.
So the Klingon bird of prey, if that were scaled to the
That would be
Enterprises,
cool.
that would be a neat thing, but they wouldn't.
It'd be tiny though. But
that's what I'm saying.
It'd be tiny. Yeah.
The Eagle Moss is probably the scale.
It's got the XL Eagle Moss would be the scale. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, good for them. And actually, they fit. I saw your picture today, Barry. Those things would fit perfectly on the top of those Ramonas.
Oh, the new cases that we're getting from.
Yeah, that's where mine is. Mine's sitting on top of the Ramona.
Yeah, mine takes up not even two D-toffs, but yeah, perfect place for that. Todd, what do you got?
Okay, so I know what I'm going to be doing for my birthday in 2 years from now, because Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel, will be coming out on July 9th, which means I'll be able to watch it on July 8th, 2027.
I'm glad he's that much on top of his plan, but it's a little surprising that they're doing that, but good for them.
And just surprising they're announcing it now.
Why not?
I'm not though. It's like, so you get Supergirl next summer. If we got one really good film from them a year, I think that's how you keep the ball rolling.
You got to keep it.
Instead of trying to cram 2 or 3 in a year.
I just thought maybe the next film after Supergirl might be a different character and not Superman or Supergirl.
Well, there's stuff we haven't heard, but you got to keep that momentum going. I think that's a smart thing.
You don't rest on this. This was big for them, and
he's had this plan for
I think this is
a
smart.
long time.
So
the thing I don't get.
The announcements had a series of Superman and Lex Luthor images that were released on James Gunn's social media, Nicholas Holt's social media, and David Cornsweet's social media, each one by a different DC artist.
I didn't see that part. I saw the Jim Lee one.
So all 3 by different artists and with renderings of Luthor in the supersuit, the kryptonite-powered supersuit, and Superman either collaborating with him or working in opposition to him. So it's kind of a interesting kind of tease to it. So, and this is all obviously well pre-production, but
interesting.
Going to be interesting.
And they don't say, I'm hoping they don't go back in time. It could, because Superman's been around for 3 years, and obviously he knows who Lex is and everything. But I'm curious I hope they are moving forward.
I think he and Lex team up to fight an otherworldly foe. That's what I'm predicting.
Maybe.
And then Lex inevitably betrays him.
Of course.
So
bastard.
But I think they will temporarily be allies, and even almost peers. So.
Yeah. The thing that still doesn't compute to me is, so you got Superman this summer, Supergirl next summer, Superman again the following summer, and they're fitting Clayface in like April of next year. I don't know why they didn't pull the plug on Clayface. It makes no sense.
Where's the rest of the Justice League in all this, by the way? Don't they want to do Justice League new retread Justice League?
Why wouldn't you do that?
I think we're going to see that incrementally come together in each of the things.
But
you think
Clayface is a Batman villain?
Oh no, not in Clayface. Clayface is a Batman villain, but Clayface can also be its own thing in the way Penguin was its own thing, and I think that's what they're doing.
It makes no sense to me.
Clayface is going to be essentially like a horror story, okay, and I that's either going to hit or miss, but it's going to be very different than anything else.
And they just started shooting that in England, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you have this universe you're building, and you could have done a Justice Gang I'm a Batman fan. I never read a lot. I don't know who Clayface is, and I guarantee 99% of the people who would seen
Yeah.
any Batman movie have no idea who that
And
is.
that's where James Gunn was most successful,
That's true too,
right?
but
Yeah, I mean, I
did
know
it-
Clayface
he
from
did
the
it-
animated series, and I'm hoping
Exactly.
to God he doesn't look like that.
No, he did it with the Guardians. He did it with the Justice Gang. He's going to do it with Clayface. I'll tell you right now. So take a
Anyway.
character that nobody has preconceived notions of. Take the core elements that you can make really cool. I mean, we don't need another Joker interpretation right now. We don't need to see another version of the Riddler. It's too soon. Okay. Scarecrow is kind of one note. Clayface, there's a lot of places you can go with that. And I think it could be interesting. So
It is odd, though, to make a movie based on a villain.
yeah, but it's also kind of a tragic story. Okay. And depending which story they go with. But this is like, it's an old school Hollywood actor who tries to preserve his failing youth by taking the serum that allows him, basically is like, he looks young again, but then he starts melting and he develops the ability to like mimic any face and stuff like that, but he can't sustain it. And so it's kind of a, like I said, it's a noirish tragedy thing. I think it could be good. So yeah, I hope that doesn't ruin that for the 90% that Dave was talking about. But
you're right when you said it. What he did with Guardians. Yeah. I trust him to do it.
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice, but
It's also
I will
a
be
character
curious to
that-
see whether it's Basil Karlo, who was the original Clayface, who was Basil Rathbone and Boris Karloff.
I was saying not ripped off from anybody.
Or Matt Hagen, who is the later Clayface who stole the serum.
He's the
So it'd be interesting to
consigliere
see.
based
Yeah.
off of Tom Hagen.
That's right. Yes, based on Tom Hagen. Whether he's the which Clayface it is, but like I said, either way, it could be interesting. Put it this way: neither of them. It's almost an Invisible Man sort of thing, where
that's what it sounded like.
you're getting this ability, but it comes at such a great cost that there's no gain to it. So
But it's also another character that very few people are going to be screaming about if they change elements of the backstory.
you nailed it, Barry. That is it's the same thing with the Guardians. The Guardians bear very, very little similarity to the original characters. So much so that in the comics they've morphed the characters to be more like the Screen Guardians, and with barely a protest. And so this is easy pickings for him. So
Well, to answer that question, I just Googled Clayface tattoo, and there are plenty of Clayface tattoos out there. So
there's been I tell you, in recent years there's actually been some very good Clayface stories. So, and he's also been an ally to Batman at certain points too. So, it's yeah. I said there's interesting ways they can go with it. I wouldn't dismiss it out of hand. I really wish we were going to get a Batman movie again in my lifetime, but I'm not certain of that. So,
we'll see. Barry, what do you got?
So they have officially announced the cast for Star Wars Starfighter, as we had suspected. We knew Sean Levy was directing, and we knew Ryan Gosling was in it. They had rumored that Mia Goth and Matt Smith were in it, but now that's confirmed. There's a bunch of other people in it that I'll be honest, I'd never heard of, but the one that surprised me most was Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good for her. I like Amy Adams.
Yeah. I mean, rumors are that she's playing the mother of the kid that Ryan Gosling's character is going to become caretaker of. So it's possible that maybe she's only in the beginning of the movie and she doesn't make it, and that's why he's got to watch after the kid, or who knows. So I don't know if she's a supporting role, starring role, bit part, who knows. But so that'll come out a couple months before your next Superman movie. That's not till May 28th, 2027.
oh man.
They started filming, I think, last week.
They're filming now. They released one image so far of Ryan Gosling and the kid played by an actor named Flynn Gray, and they're sitting on some type of land speeder.
wait, so this isn't a remake of The Last Starfighter? I'm confused.
Well, who knows? Maybe, but hopefully not.
Yeah.
So Mandalorian and Grogu comes out this coming May, and then Starfighter is the year after.
Okay. They are slowing down. So do we assume we're going to see no TV series before
They're
then?
filming Ahsoka season 2 right now, so maybe we get that before Mandalorian and Grogu.
They've really slowed down, but
I would
guess.
imagine we'll see Ahsoka before next May. So yeah, so that'll probably come out either end of this year or beginning of next year. So that'll probably be the next thing we see. But they haven't announced the date for that as far as I know.
Interesting. So mine is so as we record this, tomorrow starts a big prop store auction. I don't know if we even talked about it. We didn't go through the catalog on the air or anything, but there's a lot of stuff in it. There's a potentially multi-million-dollar Darth Vader lightsaber. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, we talked about the highlight items that we saw at the preview.
And then Heritage, I just got a Heritage catalog for the Guillermo del Toro auction. I haven't even looked at it, but he's auctioning off a percentage of his collection. This is claimed as part 1. It's a lot of drawings, and he collected a lot of stuff. I watched a couple of videos. He's got 2.5 houses full of his collection. These are just for his collection. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. From all his movies, I think he collects other stuff. It's interesting. Part of the reason he said he wanted to do this is because this is the third time that his collection has been in the path of fires, the LA fires.
Yeah. Wow.
So he's got a very extensive, I'm trying to see if it's anything's in here, a very extensive, boy, there's some creepy shit like Brian, you said.
Yeah, creepy.
A very extensive haunted mansion collection. I don't see anything in here. He's got some interesting stuff, but he's got something to do with meatloaf in here. But
I think there might be a lucrative business plan to build a fireproof vault someplace in Los Angeles to store people's collections.
Yeah, I wonder yeah. The problem is, the problem
baseball cards and artwork and
the problem with even those fireproof boxes you buy for your precious documents, the boxes are fireproof, but if the outside gets to 1,000 degrees, the shit inside ignites.
No, I mean,
there's a burn time on all those things. There's a burn time.
Yeah,
and none of those burn times are within the time frame of a fire of a one of those fires. So
a wildfire.
Yeah, wildfire. So it's you're not gonna it's.
I say you got to move to the East Coast.
There you go. Build the vault in Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see what his auction does. They're like his children, he says. So we'll see. He's got some creepy children, but hopefully his real children are nice.
Yeah, there's another auction coming up in middle of September. I think September 13th. It's all like Jay Ward, Rocky and Bullwinkle stuff.
I just got that catalog. I got the booklet for that.
Yeah, I don't know that it's something I would bid on necessarily for myself, but it is really cool stuff.
Where's my Johnny Quest catalog? Damn it! I want Johnny Quest.
I wouldn't mind a flying squirrel.
It's probably of all the cartoons from my childhood, it's my all-time favorite. So
is it really? Wow,
really?
Love Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I was a Wile E. Coyote person myself.
I got one more, Dave.
Okay, go ahead.
I was sending you the pictures now. You guys don't know this is sports ball. Shohei Ohtani is a Japanese baseball player who plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And last week, Ultraman threw out the first pitch.
Oh my god!
And it was an outstanding costume. And he battled the monster down the third baseline, and that's how much the Japanese have invaded Dodgers baseball because of Ohtani, who might be the greatest baseball player ever. I hate to say because he's a Dodger, but he's the guy who's a pitcher and a home run hitter.
Well, we've also heard from back when we were at Wonderfest, our friend Steve Smith was telling us that Ultraman they're trying to have a relaunch of Ultraman in the U.S. So it also makes sense that it ties into
this might
that.
be part of that then, because this is a really outstanding Ultraman costume.
Yeah.
Not a fan made one for sure. It's a pro suit.
It's been tried, and so it'll be interesting to see if it takes off this time. So.
Well, who is your team, Brian? If you don't like
San Diego Padres.
San Diego. Oh yeah, you grew up in San Diego.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
I had one last thing.
Who's your team? Who are the 40? Who is the ones from Deep Space? The Niners from Deep Space Nine.
It's
Deep
exactly
Space Niners.
Yeah. No, my team remains the Boston Braves. So Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the revival of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, just wrapped filming. They still haven't said what the title is. They still haven't said when it's going to be released, but they did confirm that there's going to be a 25-year time jump, which makes sense because it's 23 years since the end of the series. But very, very cool. I mean, it's in the space of a year. This has gone from, wow, it'd be great to do this to they have wrapped filming.
What's it on? What's it airing on?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And it's a series or a movie?
It's a series. So, it's not saying here. Interesting.
I'm just curious.
But,
I don't know.
Ryan Kira Armstrong from Skeleton Crew is in it. Chase Sui Wonders from Studio is in it. A lot of really interesting people, and I'm excited for this.
It's Hulu, by the way.
It is Hulu. Thank you. I just found that, and it's expected sometime in 2026. So, very, very cool.
I got two quick things, Dave. One, I just thought it was worth noting that in its re-release for its 50th anniversary, Jaws made just under $10 million.
Nice.
9.9 million domestically. Huge. The other thing, which I'm sure you're all going to tell me, of course you knew this, but I don't remember this. Do you guys remember Jenny Agutter being in an episode of $6 Million Man?
No, I saw that picture the other day.
Yeah.
I
Apparently
don't remember
she was
that.
in Dr. Leah Russell in an episode called Deadly Countdown. It was a two-parter, and she was in an Apollo spacesuit in the episode.
I gotta find that.
I have it on.
I have that too.
Is it? It's not streaming anywhere, is it?
I tried to find this episode on YouTube, and I couldn't. I just sent you guys the picture that I found.
Do you know what season? Because I have it on bootleg DVDs I bought.
I have it. Well,
I saw that picture the other day.
Yeah.
Is it on, what's it called? Beta disc? Gamma disc?
Yeah.
No?
Laser disc?
It's on Todd disc.
There are DVDs of it. I remember there being DVD sets of the seasons.
Those were. I don't know if there are still. Those were all bootleg ones. They were rights were tied up with Universal.
Yep.
Oh,
that's it. It's Universal, right? I wonder if this. I do a lot of work for a guy who's got a ton of Universal stuff. I haven't seen anything from the $6 Million Man. I got to ask.
Really good looking spacesuit for the 1970s. Wow.
I think it's a real Apollo suit.
They did borrow. Right. They borrowed real.
Oh, look, that's an Apollo capsule too. Yeah.
Yeah. They borrowed stuff from NASA for that show.
Yes, they did.
Yep. So
I got to watch that episode.
Crazy that they would lend them a real Apollo suit, but
the suit that he wears in the episode you and I watched together where he goes
that was an early episode,
and that was a Apollo suit.
Is that crazy that they loaned that shit
she
out?
looks like Logan's Run age in that photo.
Yeah,
well, she could have been.
Yeah.
It potentially was before Logan's Run.
It could have been, yeah.
74 to 78, I think.
That was the suit that he wore in that episode was a touring suit that basically went around on exhibit. So
that's awesome. Tough to get through some of those. As much as you remember when you were 10 years old. Oh my God, remember? It's like slow, but worth watching. Especially we watch now for different reasons. Jenny?
That's right. That's
right. She in that green dress with no underwear?
Oh, it was probably just after September 25th, 1977.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So she
does
filmed
that
it
mean
probably
he has that creepy
after.
mustache in that episode? I don't know if I can
No, he
watch
did.
those.
Yeah, I don't think that was a mustache episode.
And the satin jumpsuit
Oh
he would
God,
wear.
the jumpsuit mustache era was just so bad.
Oh, that was,
I
that
have
was rough.
rewatched the early seasons. I can't watch the late seasons.
I'm like, is that a joke? Why is he wearing that? That's scary.
Oh, there's a picture of her in a towel here.
There you go.
She's in a
We're gonna
steam room with. She's in
And
a
that's
steam
where
room
the
with
episode
Steve.
went off the rails.
We're gonna stop recording so we can all go watch that
Go watch the
episode
episode.
right
I'll
now.
be in my bunk.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know who's almost as awesome as Jenny Agutter in a towel? Fanboy Collectibles. Lots of stuff. Hot Toys. There's no stopping Hot Toys. Hot Toys Wednesday from Wednesday. Hot Toys Peacemaker. That actually looks pretty good. There's a Hot Toys Clone Wars Sergeant Hound. I don't know who that is, but
Yeah, I
that
had
is-
to look that one up myself, but it's an
Oh.
awesome looking figure, and he comes with a crazy looking space dog. So
Yeah. But there's also, this is interesting, a Judge Dredd badge, and I think it's made out of silver, like actual silver. It's like a coin kind of, but a Dredd badge that has the Dredd on the front, and then the whole like info on the back of who owns the badge. So that's different if you're into that collecting.
yeah, that's something different.
That's pretty cool. But they got Sideshow and Pops and Hasbro and Kotobukiya and
XO6.
Exo 6, plenty of Exo 6. All
And by
that
the
good
way,
stuff.
speaking of Clayface, there's a Mondo Clayface in stock right now. You can
Based
get
on
it.
the animated
See?
series Clayface, yes. Yep.
Plenty of stuff out there. So check those guys out. Fanboycollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut, and tell them the regular Joe sent you. Yeah, there's no stopping Hot Toys.
And if you need a display or a plaque to display one of your favorite collectible items or one of your valuable treasures, where do you go to get that, Dave?
You go, I guess, in the middle of the episode as opposed to the end, because you guys are always surprising me, but that's fine.
Last week we did it in the middle of the episode too.
From Dave's
You're on your
Workshop.
toes.
Yeah, you need displays or plaques or things, check us out from davesworkshop.com. I have obviously I've done a lot of stuff for people in the United States. I just sent something to Australia. And thanks to, not a sponsor, but thanks to Pirate Ship, the item I had it was those I made, some guy needed acrylic uprights for a hand solo gun. So Barry helped me with that, but a small item, but the guy couldn't get him anywhere, so I made him for him. That item would have cost $200 to ship if
Just
it
for the
wasn't.
acrylic uprights?
Yeah.
Wow.
But with Pirate Ship, it was $22. So anyway, but it's nice to have. I have clients in Europe, in certainly Canada, the United States.
You're going to need to start a map. You're going to need to start putting pins up.
That's a good idea. I'll have to do that.
You should also be putting a regular Joe's business card in every box you ship so that they can start listening to the podcast.
That is an excellent idea, Barry.
Now you tell me that.
I just thought of it.
I got. Oh, and I'll give you
Cross promotion.
A from Dave's Workshop update. This will be for the camera, but those on camera. So Brian, this is my business card.
Okay.
You know that, you've seen that, and as soon as you saw it, what did you say?
You can't write on it.
Exactly. So I had new ones made up because you're right, and then needed to write something. So here's the front now. It's got the website on the front, and then the back is just got my phone number and my email address and plenty of white space. So that was a good tip, and I just got those yesterday.
I will say I continue to be disappointed that you don't have the transparent lucite business card like Carter Burke. I just think that would be very, very.
There's a lot more work in those than you think.
Yeah.
I'll make you one.
While
How
those
about
aren't
that?
being handed out as his business card, Dave can make those for you if you're interested.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yep.
I do have a bunch of Carter Burke cards in stock. If anyone needs one of those, I made a batch of 20.
That's actually a really cool prop. I was
months ago.
we had actually a dozen people over this evening, and I gave them the tour. There were a lot of jaws dropped, but I was walking them through in my prop replicas case. I was walking through the stuff that you've made, Dave, and that was one of the things that I pointed out. And the follower and yeah.
Thank you. If they have rich parents, send them my way.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm working on something from Thor. I just was talking that will be wrapped up this week. Got a couple things, a couple episode one things I got in the hopper, or something. What's the other one? Fast and Furious things potentially working on some deals. So there's plenty going on. But if you need anything, check me out from daysworkshop.com. Email me from daysworkshop@gmail.com and tell me the regular Joe saying. Okay. Strange New Worlds.
It is living up to the first word in the title.
Yeah. It's just so derivative. It's so derivative.
Is
it
it
makes me
derivative?
crazy.
I feel the opposite almost. I feel like it's trying so hard not to be something else, and it's almost trying too hard.
I think we have had a season of wild cards where
Yes.
they go into the writer's room and they say, okay, we need something completely different. And then they took every person's idea.
The executive producers said we're exploring every genre. And
every
But
one
it's
of
just
these
been hit or
episodes.
miss. That's the problem I have. I have no problem exploring new things if it's all great and fun to watch, but it has been very uneven.
Barry hit this around episode 3, and he said this would have been great as like a late episode that would have just been a diversion from everything else going on. But we just keep getting one after another.
That's the problem. They're
The
doing
holodeck episode was a great episode. It was just too early in the season.
I think it feels like every episode is a diversion episode. Because our biggest complaint with, well, I don't know if our biggest, one of our many complaints with Discovery was, especially the second season, first season, we sort of liked it, but then they did a 15-episode arc, if not longer, that may have spilled into, that was like, it's so long to just dwell on the same nonsense for 15 episodes. And these guys are trying to do the complete opposite of that.
They are trying to do the complete opposite. The other thing is, if you were doing 23 or 24 episodes, you could squeeze in maybe 4 of these,
right,
and get by with it. But when you're doing 10 episodes and you've had 8 novelty episodes so far,
novelty is a good word. Novelty episodes.
So let me run through these.
Yep.
So episode 1 was Aliens. Episode 2 was Squire of Gothos.
Yep.
Episode 3 was Bride of what was that? I can't read my own writing.
That was the holodeck one.
No, the one from
Zombies.
Voyager.
It was Zombies.
No. I skipped Zombies. You're right. Last of Us. It was zombies that were plants, right? Yeah. And then they did Space Adventure Hour, which was Bride of Capatria, which was from Voyager, right? They just ripped that off and made a color version of the black and white thing they did. Through the Lens of Time was The Last Crusade with a stupid landing party. That door may close. Well, maybe you should put somebody on the outside of it.
Yeah. Maybe one of us should wait outside.
So in case it closed, we need a bigger landing party. They said
in there.
One more person.
Yeah,
they do the Jaws reference, and they said, that was.
Right, but at least that one felt like a mission of the week.
I agree with Brian. I was just going to bounce that one, and I'm not saying it was good. That one did feel like, okay, it's a mission. Go to the planet. There's a problem. Fix the problem. Go back to the ship. We haven't had much of that at all.
Which, without the captain, by the way. He's been completely sidelined. It's now the Nurse Chapel show, and
too much Chapel. I would say.
Captain? Where's the captain?
I didn't think I could ever say too much Chapel, but it's too much Chapel.
When you really even she's heavily in the last episode. Chapel is probably got, if it's Spock, she could be the second one that has the most screen time, I would say, this season. That's odd.
Yeah. Now, the Saylet Who Ate Its Tail was actually a good episode. That was a cool science fiction theme of, what if a starship with warp power caught a generation ship?
Right.
And the people in the generation ship have changed so much you can't even recognize them as humans until it's too late.
Yeah.
Cool story. Great Star Trek episode. They had to add the stupid telephone thing.
The telephone thing was ridiculous.
That was rough.
It was
her character
I
in
will
general
say,
is just absurd.
I was saying that to these guys over the weekend. I'm not liking her character.
No.
It's just too much.
That episode could have been a Next Generation episode. It could even have been a TOS episode. Okay.
Yeah.
and with the exception of the stupid phone thing, I agree that I don't particularly like her character. She's kind of annoying. I don't feel that she's adding all that much, and it's gotten to the point where she just seems to be in there for added comic relief when it's not necessary.
It's always, totally.
Oh my God! In this last episode, she's talking about dropping acid. Like it was just like,
including last week.
Yeah,
she said that in a couple other episodes. But even in an episode, we'll get to this one, the last week's, which there's spoilers by the way, which was a comedy episode. She had to be over the top, stupid, funny.
The last episode, 4.5 Vulcans, should have been a Lower Decks episode. It felt like a Lower Deck episode. It felt like something that could happen on Lower Decks that would be funny.
I actually liked that episode. I just watched it tonight. I mean, in the context of the season, there's just too much of it. If it was like mission, this, okay. It's the whole. I thought it was funny.
The whole premise is just stupid on its face.
They were all. I thought some
going back to the Carol.
I will say I'm going to agree with Dave on this. I enjoyed, and I'll tell you something. I enjoyed something about every single one of these episodes, but
there should be some more serious episodes.
That's what I'm saying. Not the aggregate of them. Okay.
Yeah. At its worst, it's still better than Discovery. I'm not arguing.
I know that. But what I'm saying is,
what Todd's saying is right. The whole thing is, in and of themselves, they're okay.
I'm like watching this thing, like, where's my season? It's like all of these are the kind of throwaway thing that it's just kind of funny to.
They're all Spock's brain.
You could not have made an entire season of Trouble with Tribbles episodes. You could not have done it, and that's what they're trying to do. Okay,
we'll say that 4.5 Vulcans, as stupid as the episode was, the after credit sequence
was funny
with Spock trying
to. Did you guys all see that?
I almost
funny.
missed it.
I didn't see it. I have to go back and watch
after the credits.
Go find it.
You got to go watch it. There's a whole thing of
it is
Spock
hilarious.
Explaining things about humans to
Doug, the Vulcan, how to be human.
All right, I'll have to go back and watch that.
It's pretty funny.
It is funny.
I actually enjoyed that episode, but
I don't know how you enjoyed it. It was funny, but it was so far-fetched and silly that it was hard to take it seriously.
It was so awful. I actually loved the Kirk and Scotty stuff more.
Really?
It was so bad. I'm liking that guy as Kirk now.
Pike was all these different stereotypes of Vulcans. Pike was ridiculous. The way he talked and the way he looked at people.
It was just
I thought it was funny.
He was like Enterprise Vulcan, okay, and just like total stick up the ass.
It definitely fed into your personality.
The thing is, they weren't Vulcans. They were Isaac from Orville.
No, but
the robot.
But the thing
they
is,
were robots, not Vulcans.
These people got basically transformed with Vulcan DNA. Okay, but without. But a Vulcan is not the product of just DNA. It is a lifetime of learning and culture and all this other stuff.
It mixed with their DNA.
And you can do it with a shot.
Every single one of them was reacting in a different way because it was going up against their own stuff.
All right, but I've got to challenge that though, because Spock is half Vulcan, half human. This serum they gave them turned them into full-on Vulcans.
Right.
It didn't turn them into who they were, the essence of who they were. It turned them into Vulcans.
My wife said, who needs Kolinar when you have this shot?
No, but that's what I'm saying. None of them reacted. None of them were turned into a true Vulcan. They all turned into a bastardized Vulcan based on their own things.
And an immediate Vulcan. So,
and that's what I'm saying.
Spock is the way Spock is because he's had 50 years to be with these people.
There's no discipline in any of them. Okay, Pike basically shut down emotionally. La'an went full on Romulan because it took.
While that was an interesting idea, it
took the essence of who she was and just like sent it off on a.
I enjoyed it.
I don't know even the fact that they beam them down to start the mission, and then they're immediately done like in a half a second. And
Because they're
then
Vulcans. It was easy.
I get it, but it was silly. It was, to
I
me,
like
it took the level of humor to a degree that was, I don't mind Star Trek being humorous. This was not,
But if this was one episode, like Todd, in a bunch of like
Yes.
mission episodes, yeah, it would have been good. But it's
I love
like the next one.
utter disdain they had for Spock. It's like, it's like four, 5 Vulcans, 4.5.
Well, when Lon and Pike were talking, and they were saying that they know something that they're not allowed to talk about, that whole scene, it was just poorly executed comedy. I didn't.
Yeah, for once, Barry and I are exactly on the same page.
Yeah,
I feel exactly the
thought
same
it was
way.
fun.
I thought there was funny stuff in here. I also feel like we're never going to have another opportunity to see. I mean, that's one of the things with this season is we've seen Spock in some funny situations that he totally was not prepared for, and this was one of them. The other was the wedding thing.
Yeah.
and I'm not usually the one to be pulling out these kind of things, but like in TOS, they cosmetically made Kirk look like a Romulan. They didn't change his DNA. Like, they don't have the technology to do this at this point
They
in
didn't.
the Federation.
It was an alien technology that they co-opted that they should not have been playing around with, and that's the thing. It's like they did something with like they should not have done this, but they did, and it did not go the way expected.
The problem with the show has been it's 90% comedy, 10% drama, and it should be the other way around.
Well, going back to the Carol Kane thing for a second.
I'm not sure I can disagree with that.
Carol Kane is. I said this to you guys over the weekend. If they treated that character more like Guinan and she showed up twice or 3 times a season, it might not be a big deal. But they made her
in charge of engineering. Yeah,
they made her a primary crew member.
I don't think we need her, and I do think we need more basic episodes. It's novelty's a good. I mean,
what
word.
do we have two episodes left this season?
Okay,
and
so let me ask you this: if each of you were going to pick your favorite episode so far this season of the 8, and again we've got Hegemony 2, Wedding Bell Blues, Shuttle to Kennifor, A Space Adventure Hour, Through the Lens of Time, The Silhouette Who Ate Its Tail, What is Starfleet, and 4.5 Vulcans.
Oh, yeah, I skipped What is Starfleet. What are Starfleet? Babylon 5 did exactly the same episode.
It did.
Yeah, that was all right.
Called
There's
36 hours on Babylon
also a
5.
TV series called The Office that was basically that episode.
Well, for those of us that never saw Babylon 5, I don't have that criticism of it, but I really enjoyed that episode. It was just 40 minutes long. Like, it was too short.
There's been no Planet of the Week stuff, and we always said it'd be nice if they did Mission of the Week, and they're not. They're doing like Twist of the Week, or we need more missions.
Copy of Movie of the Week. But to answer Todd's question, The Sailor Who Ate Its Tail is my favorite episode so far this season.
Yeah, that was okay.
I really liked the Space Adventure Hour. I just thought it was placed poorly in the season. I thought that was a fun episode that should have been like episode 7 of a 10-episode season.
There was a tease on Facebook that really got upset me because they said that the guy who plays Kirk, I'm forgetting the actor's name, says is in this episode he's much more like Shatner. Like, oh, he's gonna be more like Captain Kirk. No, that's not what they meant.
He was doing a parody of Shatner the same way Anson Mount was doing a parody of Roddenberry. I love that episode. Honestly, I do. Again, I wish it'd been, somewhere else in the season or a little, thing at the end or whatever. But there was a lot of fun stuff in there. There really, really was. I just feel like, as we keep saying, there should be they should go to some strange new worlds.
The Sailor that ate its tail was the most Star Trek-y of all these episodes.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah. And I also liked I liked the kind of, these people come on board Kirk's ship. Okay. So I'm going to say, and I said this to the guys, I think the other day, okay, we get told and this is not the show to start attacking canon, but we get told forever that Spock was the first Vulcan in Starfleet. So how do you get how is the captain of the Farragut a Vulcan? Is Spock just a little slow, and this person came in later and just advanced much faster than he did?
The only our they didn't say it, but we thought they were a captain in Vulcan,
and then
Starfleet, and they switched over.
Yeah, exactly. We're given rank in Starfleet, but you see what I'm saying?
Look at that.
But now
that admiral.
Now this episode, we got an admiral who's a Vulcan.
Yeah. I also think there's a ton of stuff you could look. There's 79 stories that Star Trek did with the original series, and you have the need now to pull out from the holodeck from TNG, bring Kirk in as much as you can. It's not Kirk's time yet, You can't live in that little world you're in. It's creatively kind of lame.
I don't have a problem with how they've used Kirk so far. I don't. I think he's slowly ingratiating himself onto the ship. He's really looking for this job, and I think, I think we're also seeing him evolve and become part of this.
It would have been cool if it was him showed up at the end of season 5, like we saw Luke come in Mandalorian, and now we've got this tease of a dozen episodes.
Right. I don't think that's what people want, though. I really
the writers
don't.
Can't resist
But
playing with Kirk.
we have a show that's the pre-Kirk and Spock, but they are determined to they're really just, it feels like they're like, oh, well, we don't have enough to think about, and there's no... Be creative. Show us the freaking, Star Trek before Star Trek. I just don't know why.
It's just a matter of time until we get Dr. McCoy, right? And then it's a matter of time until we...
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it's kind of lame of them. You couldn't come up with 30 stories,
if there were more Mission of the Week, then they would have had a better time coming up with stories.
Yeah, they can't help playing with all the toys.
Well, and they're going to have to figure out at some point in the next 2 episodes, they're going to tie back to the Gorn stories. So,
I
thought we're done with the Gorn. They put them in hibernation.
Can't be done with it because Pike's girlfriend has still got the Gorn DNA in her.
Yeah, but she's working her shit out.
She's got a job now.
She's got a job. Hopefully, she'll leave the ship. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I don't know. There's more they could be doing.
Through all of this silliness, Ethan Peck has still done an impeccable Spock.
He's great, and he absolutely is the lead of this show.
He really is, and I got to say, I don't have a problem with him and La'an. I think particularly in that's a weird kind of.
I'm tired of all this Spock shipping. It's like, come on, already.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
it's like slash fiction.
This is a much better pairing than him.
In reality, he shouldn't be with anybody, though. He should have been to Pring.
No, I think this is going to end tragically, and it's not going to be about him being dumb.
How does the guy with no emotions
slip his way through the crew? That was the thing about Spock.
Yeah,
but he's also not first officer. Okay,
he's
when he gets
banging all
officer,
the hottest girls in the show,
and as well he should. Okay,
no, he shouldn't.
Young
He's
Spock sowing his oats. This is when he becomes
his half-human side coming through, Dave.
When he gets second in command, he takes the job more seriously, and he has to become influenced by something.
I think Todd is on the right track here. I think before the end of the show, Spock is going to get his heart absolutely smashed, and he's going to go, "Fuck this!"
Oh, I don't think it's going to be.
I
think something's going to happen to this to her. I think he's going to be in too deep with her, and by the time it ends, I think it's going to end tragically.
But we already saw that. We saw that with Christine.
No, she's not dead.
That was
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You think this is foreshadowing that La'an's going to end up dead?
Yes,
I think so. But I think this is going to go on for a while. I don't think he's going to now go after Uhura or.
Oh my God, that would be the best.
Or the helmsman or.
Ortegas.
Ortegas or the navigator or any other.
How about the captain's girlfriend?
Managed to work. Okay. I also will say, I appreciated that they killed a guy in even a guy that they brought in, they didn't do here's a new character and you kill him in the same episode. They made a point of like introducing this guy, that the new med tech, this guy.
Oh, you gave him a couple episodes,
and they gave him a couple episodes, and then they snuffed him. It was like I think
they're not killing any red shirts. That's the problem.
I think on purpose.
We need red shirts dead.
David Gerald once said that if you walk into Gene Roddenberry's house and play Star Trek and write your own stories, that's great. But when you start writing slash fiction and pairing up different characters with different characters, now you're putting your initials in the furniture.
Yeah.
And you're going too far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will say all the women looked a little bit better as Vulcans. Even though they're all beautiful women.
I think that's just more about you, Dave, than the show.
You guys don't
might be more about you, Dave, than the show.
Todd, you don't agree with that? You agree with that.
Romulan La'an was pretty hot. Okay. So
Christine looked better. She had better hair.
The thing with the La'an and Spock, though, like all the dancing they've been doing, and then the fact that it tied back in this episode, it's like I don't need this much connective tissue from episode to episode.
Yeah, I agree that
it just felt forced
for a show that's not supposed to have an arc. There's an awful lot of arcs.
It felt very forced.
Yeah, but I also feel like this is the basis of their, the dancing together thing is the basis of their relationship, and you're actually seeing that progress through the dancing. I mean, the dancing has become much more intimate, and also, it's just I don't have a problem with that.
And I think the dancing might just be a metaphor.
This episode
very
wasn't
much a metaphor.
good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
4.5
Vulcans wasn't good.
I gave it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, I would put that somewhere in the 6 range, but the problem is I don't think we've got an episode other than the Saladin's tale that's above an 8.
The last two better be really good.
That might be an 8.
No, but it's just in its own the context of the season, it's a problem.
Well, I think Gary, you might be right. They got one more episode, and then the 10th one's going to be a gore and cliffhanger. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I hope no more Gorns. But the thing that's interesting is is it just the sensibilities of the environment of our times that there has to be all this relationship stuff? Because if in the TOS there were no relationships at all, basically. I mean, there were of 79 episodes, there were maybe 5 that had some kind of relationship with somebody.
Every time a guest star was brought on board, Kirk was went into heat.
Yeah, but no inner crew.
Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of inner crew stuff, and when there was, it wasn't main characters.
But our main characters were the command officers, and this is these.
He's a command officer. He's in the senior staff.
But he's not.
Every senior staff. If they sit around and say,
science officer.
Here's the senior staff.
No, I know, but
Spock
he's not
2 of them.
He's not second in command. There's a different thing. We don't see number 1.
She only likes short dudes.
But the Una stuff this in 4.5 Vulcans was so out of character for her and so out of left field.
Oh, I totally disagree. We have no idea what spins her wheels.
What?
Okay, that may be totally her thing, Barry.
The scene where she dresses
it didn't
down,
work. It didn't work for me.
The scene where she dresses down, what's her name? The half con or chick.
Yep,
was excellent. That was so Star Trek. There's these little threads of great stuff. It's like, guys, come on. Yep. You could really.
It's still better than Discovery.
Yes.
Oh,
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Light years ahead.
But that's not the bar I'm looking for.
I know.
I want it to be better than that.
I hate that. I want you to go on. A planet with glitter in the sand and a painted background, and throw Vasquez rocks in there. We need something. Come on.
Or just go to Ryza. Go somewhere fun. But this stuff. Yeah. Well, I guess they were trying to go to
They were trying to go there. Okay. Yeah. Ortega's brother. He can go anytime. Okay.
He may get killed. He may die.
He is just waiting for a transporter accident.
Yeah.
And I do not think Uhura, past or present, whatever, would even be slightly amused by this guy. So I don't know.
He's the only.
I'm having a hard time connecting her character to Uhura just because we never really got a lot of Uhura in the original series, so we didn't know her personality really.
True.
Like we saw her with the Tribbles, we saw her once or twice, but like we never really got a lot of her.
So think
character.
about this. Kirk comes on board and everybody just gets a lot more uptight. I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's under Pike, it's fast and loose, people are cabin hopping and stuff. Kirk comes on board, all of a sudden it's a much tighter ship.
In his defense, they're just doing Starfleety stuff, right? Kirk's gets a 5-year mission. You're going to go that way for 5 years. It'd be
different rules is what you're saying. Okay, that makes
very
sense.
different. Very different thing when you're
and Kirk's
alone
mandate
out there.
is, I get first choice of all the women.
And that's the other thing.
Then
they probably said, "Look,
pick up the scraps."
The only way it's going to work with Kirk in the chair is if everybody behaves. Because if he goes off the reservation, it's going to be just like a 5-year orgy. So all of you just have to just keep it in your pants for at least 70 some odd episodes.
But you would think, and it happened more on TNG, but you would think if you're going on a 5-year mission, then there would have been more relationships formed within the crew, like happened
stuck together, yeah.
Because you're stuck together, but it's not really where they are right now. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I really didn't like 4.5 Vulcans, but for the most part, I'm enjoying the show. I was hopeful
there are pieces of every show that are good. There are some things, the Wedding Bell Blues was a Squire of Gothos, but I still laughed a few times in it because there was some funny stuff in it.
There was some funny stuff in there.
After credit sequence.
So I had asked what your favorite episode so far this season is. Okay, I think I know the answer to this. For at least two of you, what was your least favorite episode of the season? And
yeah, this last one for me was definitely my least favorite.
No way. The zombie one, maybe.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and zombie
shuttle
was the zombie one was in theory the most like a Star Trek episode, but they threw zombies in. If it was somebody else,
it wasn't even that they threw zombies in. It was the fact that it was just like the thing that blows me away about that episode is Ortegas goes 2% too fast. And they and she gets taken off the duty roster for 2 weeks. Okay. Pike knows that this guy committed war crimes and he's willing to look the other way. Pike violates Starfleet directive and goes to this planet to begin with. And everyone's like, okay, yeah, whatever you think, Captain, sure. But Ortegas, gets taken to the woodshed for going 2% too fast. It's and ultimately saving everyone. And
maybe that one is worse than the 4.5 Vulcans.
And then the idea that they wouldn't have known we were there if you hadn't done that. You could see the goddamn ship. Okay, yeah. They were close enough to see the D7 cruiser, and it's and you're saying they wouldn't have known you were there if you hadn't been. If you'd been 2%.
Klingon ships don't have any windows, Todd.
Well, okay. But there's the ship. It's in visual range, and it's and you're blaming her for them detecting you.
Yeah.
That one was a mess. I think that was an absolute mess. So
for sure.
Yeah, that's worse. You're right. You sold me.
We'll see what they come up with next.
So.
Anyway,
I would tell you, I actually like Ortegas' character. I think she's been consistent right through. She is exactly who she is. And I think that, like I said, and that was perfectly understandable for her to behave the way she did in that, particularly when everybody else was bending the rules. But
they also gave her some PTSD,
which they did, but I'm saying
was influencing her decisions.
It was perfectly explainable under those circumstances. If they'd said, look, we need to have you talk to a counselor. You got to get some help. This is an issue, but that's not what it was. It was here, you didn't do it. You were trying to slide this by us. She's every other person in the show.
She's a loose cannon on her own agenda, and there's a reason why she's not in TOS, because she's
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
not gonna earn her
You
spot on
think
the Star Trek.
she's gonna crash and burn before then?
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't the way this writing team operates. I don't see them burning a bunch of characters and killing people off before the end of the series.
No, I'm saying
don't
at
see
the
it.
end of the series.
Oh, I think they're gonna have. I think we're gonna see something. They're gonna go somewhere. Something's gonna happen.
Or they're just going to move on to new positions, and we're just never going to hear from them again.
Yeah, people change ships.
I
all
don't
the
see
time.
them killing off that many characters before the end of the
Okay,
series.
I will say this 2 years in advance. I think there's at least one significant tragedy here.
No,
It's not
no.
Pike. I do not think. I don't think all these characters survive.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and we know the ones that do, and
Ooh, sorry.
Oh, we should start a Deadpool.
I think we should. I think we should.
Something's gonna happen to his girlfriend. It's gotta happen.
I will tell you right. Yes,
I can see her
but
going before
I think,
Lahan.
and I'll say this right now here with 17 episodes left to go. Okay, Ortegas is going to get kicked out of Starfleet, and Lon's going to die. That's what I think.
I don't see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. All right. Let's go some what's in the box.
Oh, okay.
Show you with the box. Who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Regular Joe's What's in the Box.
Brian, what do you got?
I got this really cool T-shirt. I'll put in quotes.
Oh, that's cool.
For
like
those of you listening, it's Red 5, and it's Luke in his jumpsuit by his X-wing making the pose that
Johnny,
Speed Racer
It's
does.
definitely-
Speed Racer Mach
yeah.
5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a plastic iron-on this big on your chest, so it's no
Oh.
fun to wear it. But it's a really cool design.
Well, and,
I mean-
and the Luke's face looks very Speed Racer-ish, too.
Very
Oh, it
Speed
is
Racer.
totally
Yep.
Speed Racer.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Maybe I'll have my wife turn it into a pillow because it doesn't make a very.
That shirt also looks like a shirt from like 10 years ago. It looks the big neck. It looks very uncomfortable.
It's not a great shirt, but it's a great.
Pillow
art.
would be
Great
perfect.
design, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Barry, what do you got?
I have one of my small, finite, limited collections that I continue to whittle away at. I don't know why, but I decided a few years back that I wanted to have all of the Rush albums on vinyl. And when I was away recently in a little antique shop up in Lake George, I found the first Rush album on vinyl, which I didn't have in my collection. I mean, I had it when I was a kid, but got rid of all those albums years ago. So it was in good shape, and I picked it up. So that's not necessarily what's in a box, but it's new to my collection.
Do you have a turntable?
I do.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't use it, but I have one.
Oh, I hooked mine up. I use it once in a while. It's my that turntable is 43 years old.
Oh.
My
still works.
original
It still works.
Techniques turntable got, air quotes, accidentally sold at a garage sale when I went to pick up bagels. It was in my garage, but not available on the sale items. And the woman who my father-in-law was married to at the time was there, and she sold it. And I came back with the bagels, and she's like, "I sold your record player." I'm like, "That wasn't available to be sold. What the hell?" So, but I recently picked up a cheap turntable. I had a really good Techniques turntable, 30 years ago,
But now someone else does.
now somebody else has it, and it probably still works great.
Yeah, there's not a lot to break on those, to be honest
No,
with you.
and it was a direct drive too, so it wasn't even like
Yeah,
a belt.
I have a direct drive Sony and it broke.
I have the Sony. Yeah, that's my Sony from. That's the only thing that survived from all the other stuff. Todd, what do you got?
Okay. So this is money that our friend Titus Welliver cost me. When we were talking, okay, we actually talked about one of his favorite films, which is Yojimbo, which is a film that I like a lot. And last year they solicited a Toshiro Mifune figure, a set of these. And I didn't pre-order it because I'd never bought anything from Caustic Plastic before. and I just didn't know how it was going to come out. And I figured I'd take a look at it when it came out, and I'd see what I thought of it. And then I forgot completely about it. And so after we talked to him, I went home and I started searching, and I found one at a very reasonable price.
Oh, jeez.
This thing is freaking amazing. Okay, it's like just so I don't want to knock him over, but like you can see his feet inside through the socks and under the sandals. You can see where they've thinned the material or they painted it so it looks like you can see his skin through the things. It's he's a Ronin in this version. There's a samurai version and a Ronin version. So this has got the stubble, and this is really the Yojimbo version of it. One of the things that they did, it's like 5 or 6 things they did, they're really, really impressive in this. But one of them is that instead of giving you hands, they gave you 6 arms from the forearm down.
Oh, wow.
So you can change them into a huge number of different positions without ever seeing a wrist joint.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And included kind of the signature reaching his hand up inside his thing and stroking his chin, which is a signature thing. The other thing is really, really cool on this, and I wish others did this, and I might use figure stands if they did. There are magnets in his feet and a metal plate in the stand, so that if within a range of positions you can put him in, he stays on the stand. He won't do a shelf dive. It's just a beautiful, beautiful figure, and they're still out there. You can, if you want to buy the very expensive 2-figure set, they're still available. Like I said, I got a very good price on this one, and I'm super pleased with it. And so it's going on the shelf. But
cool.
In addition to what's in the box, I also have my first ever what's in the arm, and I have the first of soon to be many regular Joe's logos on my arm. Are soon to be many by many people, I assume, because I think this is
the views of Todd Pleasant are not necessarily the views of the regular Joe's podcast.
I have the regular Joe's rocket ship on my arm, and many others have expressed an interest in following suit. So we'll see whether they follow through.
You should make it cool. That's a tattoo you have on your arm.
Do you hear the peer pressure?
Regular Joe's rocket ship tattooed on the inside of my left arm. We'll post a picture of that, and so it took me a while to kind of get there. I guess indirectly I will also blame this on Titus, but anyways, very cool. Waited a long time to get it, but I'm glad I have it. And
we joked about it last year at Rhode Island Comic Con because they do tattoos right there in the dealer's room, and Barry got really nervous, so it didn't come up again. And now you've done it; it's going to start a trend.
Todd shocked us this weekend when
it was shocking.
Took his sweatshirt off, and we were like, "What is that?"
And I got to appreciate the way he did it, because if it had been the kind of I'm getting this. Like, if you're getting it, do I have to? But he didn't even say he was getting it.
He didn't tell us he get into it.
And I also didn't want to give you guys potentially the opportunity to talk me out of it. And or in Dave's case, his perfecting my idea, because invariably whenever I talk to Dave about something, he will say, "But don't you want to do it this way?" And then I'll start thinking about it, and then I wouldn't have got it done.
Not only did he not want us talking him out of it, he waited till his wife was out of town.
Did she not know about it? Wait,
she had no idea till she got home. She saw it 2 days before you did.
Oh, okay. Because she was joking around that she saw it when we saw it.
At the same time. No. She saw it when she got back, and she actually surprised me. She came into town. She went right to work. She met me in my office, and she's like, and she noticed it immediately. So
it is on your forehead. Oh no,
it is on the middle of my forehead.
As my son said when I showed him the picture, "Wow, that's a commitment."
Yep. Yeah. And we'll just see. Like I said, we'll see who steps up. So
if any listeners get one, we'll give you a special prize. I don't know.
We definitely will give you a special.
I'm not encouraging that.
Yep. So,
but wow, it is quite the.
It is awesome
thing. Yes.
Yep.
For sure.
We're very happy for you with it. It's just I'm still a little surprised, but
yeah,
in a good way.
You know what? I'm really glad. There's 4 things I want, 2 things I knew I wanted, or 3 things I knew very close to what I wanted, And then, as I said, through my conversation with Dave, I know how I want to execute the fourth thing. So,
well, what's just funny, I mean, we are the three of us, not counting Brian, are like the last holdouts, I think, of men in America, because none of us had any tattoos.
yeah,
up until this
well,
point.
It's so funny how not our generation, but sort of the next generation,
the very next
every
generation.
single person has one practically.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, put it this way: I am technically of a different technically in Brian's generation, not you guys' generation, and or at least the way they break it down. And so like a lot of people who are baby boomers have tattoos, but a lot of those are military. So
it's an anchor with a
that's
with
right.
a thing
With
on
or
a hula girl.
There's a movie once where the guy had a mom tattoo, and she's like, "Oh, you got that for your mom?" He goes, "No, I got that because I had a real wild weekend in Tahiti." She goes, "Why'd you get mom?" He goes, "No, when I look at it, it says wow."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I still want the Hasbro patent pending 1964
on your ass. That's
yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So
there's a Jerry Lewis movie too where he had 3 tattoos tattooed on his heel. Meant he was a CIA spy. 3 dots on his heel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing from the Jerry Lewis movie. I forget.
What about James Bond?
Oh, the James Bond 007 with the pistol logo. That's an idea.
Could do that. Oh
Sure.
yeah, no, it would definitely be that. Yeah, that classic.
Oh yeah,
Bond pistol logo from the montage.
Yeah, for
cool.
sure, for sure.
Maybe even do it in the aperture eye. That'd be kind of cool.
Now you're getting bigger. See, this is how it starts.
I wasn't proposing for you.
I was saying for you.
I think your whole back should be the aperture with Bond in the middle of the gun.
Yep. So
interesting. Anyway, we'll more on that as we progress. We'll see. But thank you, Brian.
Anytime.
Hopefully we'll see the next couple episodes if they do something miraculous.
They turn it around in 2 episodes. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just it could be different.
I just wish I wouldn't have to yell, "Oh, come on," at the screen like 5 times.
Exactly.
Dave, am I just completely losing my mind, or did you not do what's in the box?
Oh, I didn't do what's in the box. I'm sorry. I totally got sidetracked.
I assumed he didn't have anything.
No, I do have something. I'm going to send you guys a picture. I'm
sitting here saying, "Oh my god, if I can't remember what what's in the box was for 30 seconds."
Barry, I was doing exactly the same thing. I'm like, "Oh my god, did I forget what Dave did?"
Didn't have anything.
I forget.
So I just sent you guys a picture. So I, like Barry, we are doing aliens posters, signed posters, and Barry's first autograph on it was Sigourney Weaver, and I got that for him at New York Comic Con a bunch of years ago, but I decided to get her autograph on something else. So I have my poster doesn't have her name on it, but Official Pics did a send in a couple months ago. So I sent my poster. It's the black poster that says aliens in the blue, I guess it is.
And it's
blue and white.
Wow,
this time
nice.
it's war. So there's a lot of black around. So I asked her to sign large at the top, and she did.
Boy, did she.
She
That's
signed
beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah, she really did a nice job. I'm very, very happy with it. So now I've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on there. So yeah, she looks great up there. She really did a nice job. And it's funny, somebody else on Facebook sent a picture and said, "Oh, look, here's a picture of Sigourney signing my Aliens poster." And I don't know where he got the picture from. And right next to it, ready to be signed next, was my poster. So
really?
I have a poster that's adjacent to Sigourney. So anyway, that's
near authentication.
Exactly. That is pretty good authentication.
That looks great, Dave.
But when did we get yours? 2016, maybe?
Feels like it. Yeah.
It's a long time ago. Definitely pre-COVID. So, and then we've been collecting signatures ever since. And I'm like, oh, Sigourney, she hasn't done signing since 2016. So here we are, 2025. She decided to do a signing. I do my send in. It cost me more than I wanted to spend. And now she's going to be at New York Comic Con this year too. Signing.
And I
it's
actually,
cheaper.
I looked yesterday, and I could have gotten a slot for the Friday signing.
Yeah, me too.
But I decided. I don't even think I'm going. I mean, I'm still on the fence about maybe going to New York Comic Con, but I already have her on the poster. I don't know what else.
I have her on the poster, and I have her on a 16 by 20
Dave,
Ripley.
there's an empty spot above the E there. Who are you holding that out for? Who's next?
That is Lance Hendrickson.
That's where Lance Henderson's going to go?
That's where I'd like him to go. Hopefully I can get him.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, like, one of my second signatures was Michael Bean. He's the one all the way to, if you look at the picture, to the right. And I said, please sign large. And he did not, for my taste, did not sign large enough. You know,
it all works though. I mean, looking
but
at
he
to me
balances.
is
I mean, if you
he-
do get Lance Hendrickson there, that's going to be perfectly balanced.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I've been
would say-
trying to put the key cast member, but to me, Hicks is the second lead in this, so he should have had a bigger signature.
Yeah.
But that to me is, it's Burke, it's Newt, it's Bishop, and it's Hicks, and then I
gotta hope Lance Hendrickson holds out long
I know.
enough.
Yeah.
When I got him on my poster a couple of years ago, he was showing his age.
Yeah, and I'm curious if Bill Paxton, may he rest in peace, was here. I probably would have had him above Aliens too.
Yeah, that would have been great.
But well,
I really need Burke and Newt on my poster.
I was at a convention with Newt and with Lance Hendrickson. No, it wasn't a convention. I was in Virginia. There was a show in Baltimore. We were driving back, and I'm like, I got to stop. I'm sorry. I need a couple hours at this show. Meanwhile, we had like some family tragedy or something. So even though I stood online for an hour and a half, and his line did not move, even though he was signing. So I had to bail.
Oh.
And when you went to get Burke and Newt, I was not able to go, unfortunately. So.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll show up again.
He was just somewhere, wasn't he? Just somewhere. Anyway, so I'm glad I have.
That looks great, Dave. It
I am
really
a little
good.
annoyed that why would Official Picks charge more than she's charging for a in person or a send in?
Because they added in their cut to her signature.
But someone else is running the send in, and it's still cheaper by $100.
Wow.
Yeah, but they always upcharge for the handling of posters and other things.
No, but I could have done a send in with the New York Comic Con people running
I see what
that
you're saying.
for $100 less,
Oh.
and I would have added something with that.
Because
So that's kind of
they're cut
bullshit.
small.
But let's talk off the air. But I'm curious. I don't know what this cost you because I saw the prices yesterday when I was looking at what she's charging. I didn't think it was that different. But we'll talk about it off the air.
Yeah.
You got to find Lance Henriksen. I flew all the way to California for Cure Delay, so
I know. Was it this year or last
you got
year?
to find
They
out where he
were
is
all
and go get him.
in Chicago for a show. Like everybody. Was it Chicago? I think it was Chicago. Maybe, but it was like even like Spunkmeyer and the girl who flies the drop ship. I don't remember her name. But there were like people that do not sign. Some of them live in England and you don't see them. But anyway, hopefully we'll get more. But that's enough. More next week. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.